Hey people, Intro here, preview 3, Fend Unlock, blue team, couple of Imperial Guard, likebeat as the Lord General fighting in ranged combat begins with a retinue of Stormtroopers really strong defense and support can also add to the retinue. Alongside FieryMarine as a Lord Commissar, strong offense and support fighting in melee begins with a refractor shield, takes over the cap there. From the allied Warlock, this is K.A.F, a melee spellcaster that can leap into combat with some powerful disruption and support. On the red team, the King of Pythons, rocking an Apothecary, support hero fighting in melee combat by default, begins with a heal, and a passive health regeneration aura alongside some rowdy Xenos. You have Jamboo as a Warboss, a melee hero walking through objects, very good offense, disruption and support from the front lines. And rounded off the team's superDEEPRESSEdSanya is a Lictor Alpha, a melee specialist, infiltrate and disrupt, some powerful offense and a bit of support. There's a flesh hook on some Howling Banshees who are going in for a ruckus. Hormagaunts are in there. Is that double Hormagaunts? Oh, more Hormagaunts are coming in. Banshees have to leave. Lictor Alpha, meanwhile, was trying to stab them through the torso with his talons. And some of them died. 2 of them get away. What's this through the middle? Warboss having a grand old time. Crunching Guardsmen up a bit. Tactical Marines may be looking for the garrison. No, the Guardsmen get into the garrison. Sentinel just got the ground pound. Lord General hanging back for now. Sluggers with Burned at House, burning those Guardsmen to a crisp, and they are going to wipe, I think. Yes, they do. Always very risky getting into a garrison when there's Sluggers nearby, because Burned at House is, as you saw, very painful. Lord General now runs away. One of his retinue fellas died, which is very sad. We got full gens up. Not quite. Red team are going to grab the central VP, I think. Yes, the Warboss goes to it. Apothecary supporting this power bash, and we have flame attacks alongside burner sluggers. Very quick power bashing. Lord Commissar is not happy. Comes in trying to tie things up, but he can't tie them all up. But that was a good stomp from the Sentinel. Sluggers are out. Attacks may need a heal. Apothecary has purification vials. Is he looking for a throw? He is. There it is. On the heavy weapon squad. Apothecary is going to fall. Did get a good throw on those guys. They might wipe if they don't move. And they do wipe. Heavy losses early for the Imperial Guard. I guess Guardsman isn't really heavy losses, but those heavy weapon squad guys would have cost power and stuff. If anyone can recover from early losses, though, it's the Guard, eh? Just chuck some more infantry out there. On the east side, blue team doing a bit better thanks to the Eldar pushing on power. Some rangers in play with those long rifles. Being pushed off by the Tyranids. Those are warrior brood in play. Hormagaunts have adrenal glands. Oh, these fellas don't know. And they didn't reinforce either. Maybe they're just going to be used to cap stuff away from combat. Maybe is the plan. Warboss throwing Ard Boys on himself to try and get the revive. Sentinel and a bunch of lasguns say no. That could be a tricky revive over there. We have another heavy weapon squad from FieryMarine. Looters up from Jamboo. Sometimes the best play is just to replace the thing that you lost, you know. You might have lost it just because of a piece of poor play or lack of concentration, rather than it being really well countered kind of thing. Hormagaunts flee. Banshees, only one model gets away. Well judged fight though by K.A.F. Defending his own power now. Lord Commissar helping out with some Guardsmen fellas. Another heavy weapon squad and a Shuriken coming in. Shuriken is in actually. Here it is. Shuriken platform. I don't know how this thing is driven. Is it just like psychically told where to go? How does this work? I don't know. Heavy weapon squad also for likebeat on the way. Vials going off the Guardsmen. Sluggers with Apothecary support and Warboss support. Potentially very powerful. Being quite aggressive with these tactical marines as well because of the short range flamer. They're kind of marching alongside those sluggers. Making it difficult to choose what do you want to go for. Probably still the sluggers, eh? Because you can kill them quicker than tax. Damage their numbers, make them less threatening in melee. Or with those tax right there, that could just force melee on your Guardsmen anyway. Still got double heavy weapon squads. More guardsmen coming in. So apparently some more fellas wiped out that I missed. Sentinels getting very low. No Catachan Devils, eh? We do have some spotters up. Tier 2 for King of Pythons. Howling Banshees are war shouting. Trying to take out the Lictor Alpha, maybe. Lictor Alpha is fully kitted here. Toxin Miasma weapon for damage over time and a debuff. Adrenal Glands for constant regen and stuff, to some general buffs. And the Pheromone that you just saw thrown out there. Banshees make it out. All of the Eldar make it out, in fact. Counterattack by the Sluggers. Caught by double heavy bolters. They need to leave. These shooter boys should not have followed them into this place. A Warboss getting around the back, though. Those guys were strangely split up there. Shooter boys did get suppressed, but they made it out. Warboss continues his charge. Heavy weapon squad trying to reposition, but they got too close to the Daka. Hormagaunts are just casually capping over there. Howling Banshees have what? Aspect of strength. 447 to 471 on the VPs. Players thinking about their tier 2s. King of Pythons with a Razorback on the way. Transport vehicle that can provide some awesome support in the field, some reinforcement, and you can also jump inside of it. Really help out those sluggers. No tier 2 yet for Jamboo. Needs some more power. Has a good chunk of requisition, but there's not really any power to buy unless he wants to buy this one over here. Level 2 Lord Commissar. Level 2 Warlock, although no war gear for them. Lictor Alpha being sneaky, being spotted by the Rangers. Gets a flesh hook though. And red team just charging in, basically. There's Pheromone Cloud up. Those guys can reinforce the fight up there, and it also debuffs enemies. That was a really good placement for it. But the Lictor Alpha goes down. Warrior Brood providing basic synapse to those double Hormagaunts. And of course they are benefiting from the Pheromone Cloud, but they're in the firing arc of those heavy weapon squads. But here comes Sluggers, look. Left side of your screen to flank them. Ard Boys is up on them too. Global buff from the Warboss, but the heavy weapons able to set up and stop them. That's a nice idea though by Jamboo. Hormagaunt still in play. Did the Warrior Brood make it out? Yes, Warrior Brood made it out. Termagants have wiped along the way somewhere. Scouts are dying now in the mid. Sentinel's got the missile launcher. Big investment for this thing, because it's really hard to keep Sentinels alive in a 3v3. Stomp wasn't needed. The Warboss ran off. 2-1 cap here for the red team. The power was mostly defended there. I think they lost the node because it's been rebuilt. Here's the Razorback. Twin linked heavy bolter on the back. Doing, I think it's around 55 DPS. It's not bad at all. And it has 360 movement. Decent rotation speed as well. Quite maneuverable in general, this thing. Is anything inside of it? I think attacks are inside of it. Apothecary runs back. He's level 3 with those vials. Spotters are capping. Heavy weapon squads. 3 of them. 3 heavy bolters make it to the mid now. Could be difficult to approach. I don't have any jump squads or anything. Warboss could... Has he got a charge? No. No war gear for the Warboss. He could try to charge down the side of him and then cut in kind of thing. Razorback. Threatening this Sentinel big time. Trying to use crack missiles to take it down. Does so, and the Sentinel drops. I think that's a decent trade. Taking down the Razorback, losing your Sentinel. It was an upgraded Sentinel, but the Razorback is like 50 or 60 power or something in it. 413 to 458. K.A.F. with the Wraith Lord coming up. Warlock is down. Lord Commissar is down. So likebeat could get a big chunk of XP if he can revive him. Foot of Gore. Almost wiping that heavy weapon squad. Thanks to the weird boy back there. Can deal with groups of enemy infantry incredibly well. And support his own Orky fellas as well. That was the incendiary shell from the spotters, I think. Warboss going mental. Ard Boys on himself. Still no war gear. Doing well though. On the way to level 3. Seems to be able to find a good place to enter the fight here, Jamboo. Always getting in at funny angles where he's avoiding the heavy weapons and stuff. This thing's now an autocannon. Good damage to all targets, but does no longer suppress. But it can damage vehicles, also has a small area of effect around it. What's that? Oh, that's looters in a garrison. I just heard a plasma cannon spooling up from King of Pythons there. Not sure if it hit anything. What's this? Oh, that's a Lord Commissar still down. We have a Zoanthrope on the field now for Sanya. Double Zoanthropes. And they now have to deal with a Wraith Lord. Zoanthropes can damage a vehicle with their focused Warp Blast, but it's typically not enough just to have Zoanthropes. So he may drop in some Venom Brood Sanya. Maybe take the Wraith Lord out and then switch them to Death Spitters, perhaps. Lictor Alpha himself still down from that power push. Warlock up. Commissar still down. I think the Warlock's going for him, though. Give likebeat revive, or did they just repurchase? I didn't notice. These flame attacks eat a grenade. They survive it, though. Apothecary being shot to pieces. Chucks out the grenade, misses, and lives. I think he's going to live. Orks dropped in by K.A.F. Sub-commander for Eldar. High mobility. Passively supports nearby allies. Has some active support too with her leaps and things. Often dies quite quickly. We'll see how she does. Gets a good special, then runs away. I think it's mostly because you're kind of incentivized to drop her into a really dangerous spot because of her stunning grenades. And people lose track of her. Lord Commissar's fallen over. Melee Synapse Warrior Brood here, supporting the double Hormagaunts. Warboss there, of course, as well. Get the boss pole up there, bud. Zoanthropes flee. This is just a flare from the Lord Commissar. It wasn't a Manticore strike or anything. Maybe they thought it was, and that's why they ran. 4-1-3 to 4-3-2. Still very even on the VPs. What is this? It's a Warlock doing some decapping. Level 3, no war gear. Going to be eaten by Tyranids if he's not careful. Fleets away. Lictor Alpha may flesh hook him. Level 2. Nope, Lictor Alpha lets him go. Wraith Lord tells him to back off. No sign of any Venom Brood drops. Sanya may be looking for tier 3 here. Which I think is smart. If he dropped Venom Brood in, it might delay the tier 3 a bit too much. Wants to get Carnifexes rolling through, I'm sure. Orks now has her spear. Power melee weapon. Where's she jumping to? I don't know what that jump was about. She can also get a nifty shield up as well. And quite a fancy gun. His heavy weapon squad is quite low. Down to a single model. Just a fella lugging the heavy bolter around. How strong is that guy? Lehman Russ is in for likebeat. Most likely called in. Goes for Executioner. Taking a bunch of damage though. Plasma Cannon getting shots in. 2 of them. Warlock sends one of them packing. Now has the Witchblade of Kernus. Power melee weapon that can do this. Ethereal Slash. Almost one shot that Zoanthrope. Throws up the shield now. Warboss having a go. Warlock just leaping around, not caring. Oh, he's trying to finish off. Oh, does finish off the looters. I'm not sure who got that shot. Maybe the Wraith Lord. Well played there, K.A.F. Pushed up a bit. Disrupted things, kept things busy. Created space. Oh, they didn't cap with it, though. All that space created. They set up some heavy weapon squads, but haven't capped the VP. What's going on? Orks comes in to grab it. Lord Commissar ready to roll with the Xenos Power Claw. Flak Jacket for Inspire Terror. Probably going to try and target the Zoanthropes at that. And Aura of Discipline. K.A.F. still in tier 2. Everyone else going or in tier 3. 390 to 419 on the VPs. Haven't seen much action on the natural victory points. I mean, maybe there has been, but I haven't seen it. Wraith Lord getting surrounded, but it's not surrounded by stuff that's too threatening, but it is a lot of it. He's trying to focus on the Warrior Brood who do have heavy melee weapons and will Synapse Bomb if they die. Bunch of firepower here. Sanya needs to be careful. The Pheromone is up. And is able to tough it out with a Pheromone. Foot of Gork. Oh, Slugger's wiped. Slugger's wiped trying to get in from an angle there. Maybe mistimed the Foot of Gork a bit. Oh, look at the Lord Commissar. Trying to take out that weird boy. 390 to 394. Now what does he go for? Goes for the plasma cannon on top of your screen. Warboss gets slowed down, and now he's kitted up. Heavy armor, angry bits, and a power claw. Hits hard, tough, and good mobility, and buffs with the angry bits as well, self buffs. Oh well, those stormtroopers got too close to the Dakar, and they saw what happened. You've got some tank busters too, to threaten the Leman Russ. Where is the Leman Russ? Oh, it's been sent into base. Terminators are here. They have power fists that can punch the Leman Russ to pieces. Cyclone missile launcher on the way. Leman Russ, I think, is going to be alright. Not sure how much damage it did in there. Doesn't look like... Oh, the attacks are dead. Maybe it killed the tactical marines. Maybe they died ages ago. I can see a couple of them here. That's the spotter flare to reveal Fog of War, I think. Here they are. Still level 1. Can be difficult to level up your spotters, I think. Got some Kassakin for FieryMarine. Elite infantry that can swap their special weapons as much as they like. Good mobility, can cap fast, got grenades and stuff. 2-1 for blue. Tyranids pushing down the east side, but I think they're going to be rebuffed here. Because he's still not dealing with the Wraith Lord very much. Zoanthropes aren't even over there. He just has to retreat out. Zoanthropes doing well in the middle though. Got some plasma guardsmen with a Commissar. Kassakin chuck a grenade in. Lord Commissar getting some fisticuffs. We've got an Apothecary now with anointed power axe and armor of the Apothecary, and alongside improved medical equipment. So big support from that guy. Fighting a Warlock, Ethereal Slash for the disruption. Needs to be careful though. Terminators are right there. A nice warp from it. What are those fellas moving up for? That was a very strange move from those heavy weapon squads. They're in a perfect spot back here. Creeping barrage went through. Maybe it was something to do with that. Terminators just shrugging off the fire from the incendiary shell. There's a Leman Russ on the left of your screen. Fully repaired. Found some Tyranids to shoot at. Sanya now trying to probe the other side, and there's a Carnifex on the way. Nob squad is up. Likebeat down to 2 units. But a Stormblade is coming. Tier 3 for K.A.F. Leman Russ just needs to keep moving here and should be fine. Can fire while moving, as you can see. And here's some support with plasma guns and stuff, which the Warrior Brood won't like. Warrior Brood are heavy infantry, so weak to plasma weapons. Rather, they will do more damage to them. A damage multiplier. Tower thrown up with Infestation Global. And they all run. Yeah, it's hard for Sanya to find a place to assault with those fellas. Carnifex is going for the Stranglethorn Cannon. Lictor Alpha, meanwhile, has Deadly Jump. Still has the Pheromone. So that could help out. Could jump in with the Lictor Alpha to disrupt things. Get some shots with the Carnifex and then sending all that melee stuff. Stormblade is up then. And that's what it can do with its Plasma Blast Gun. That was the overcharged version, which disables the gun for a few seconds, but now it can fire again. Ethereal Slash, counter-initiating against the Nob Squad. Nob Squad are a big threat to that Stormblade. Big threat to the Wraith Lord as well. Plasma Cannon's getting shots. Foot of Walk as well. Messes up the Bright Lance. Bright Lance was trying to get shots on the Carnifex, I think. Carnifexes have vehicle armor, although they still regenerate health. And they're being supported by those Zoanthropes that can get the Symbiosis. Do they have it? I think it shows up in the unit card, doesn't it, when they have Symbiosis? Maybe. It means they can heal over time. Stormblade taking some big hits. Tank Buster Barrage. It survives. It's getting repairs. Decent push by the red team, but the blue team holds solid. Got 2 heavy bolters there. And that can force the Nob Squad to use their frenzy early. Which is why it's still important to suppress those guys. Even though they can shrug off the suppression, if you force them to use frenzy early, It messes up their ability to get in and fight for long. Lictor Alpha's found some Kasrkin. Bad news for those fellas. And he's taken this VP here, Sanya. Well played. Found something to do with these guys. Should be dealt with though, because heavy bolters are here. And plasma guns are here. Gonna take that VP back, fellas. Red team with a triple here. 245 to 297. Now, are these Zoanthropes symbiosin stuff? They can do a heal over time. Usually it's used for Carnifexes. Orks still alive, look. Is it the same one? That might not be the same one. I thought maybe she was skyleapt and came back down, but maybe not. She doesn't have much XP. Avatar on the way for K.A.F. Here's the Knob Squad again, with Warboss support. Foot of Gork sets up the push. That's one way to stop that suppression. A giant foot. Leman Russ goes down. That was in a weird spot, that Leman Russ. We see User Choppers and Ardboys on the Knob Squad. Double buffed by the Warboss. Ardboys giving 25% damage resist. User Choppers giving melee skill and melee damage. All of it very bad news for the Stormblade. They're trying desperately to stop the Manticore strikes going in. And base turrets starting to kick in now, and they get rid of the Knob Squad. Barely survives the Stormblade. Needs repairs before you start driving forward there, buddy. Guardians could help. Heavy weapon squads can still repair, right? In the center, Stranglethorn Cannon doing Stranglethorn Cannon things. Orks trying to fight for her life. What's she doing? She's running. There's the Avatar. Super unit for Eldar, providing some awesome buff to infantry around it. And can whack stuff pretty good with its sword. Those guys seem to have been sacrificed for population from Jamboo, replacing them with flash kits now. The Stormblade's driving up without any repairs. There we go. Repairs are going in. It's going to take a while. That's a big overcharged shot again. Warrior Brood survived it. Can these Hormagaunts get away? The Hormagaunts do not get away. Lictor Alpha's not happy. Level 3. Bunch of special attacks. I think he just wants regular attacks going in here. Just wants that DPS. Kasrkin holding up. Down goes the Lictor Alpha. What's going on in the mid? Manticore strike. Hits the Knob Squad. How did they even have vision back here? Maybe the spotters were used? No, the spotters are dead. 102 to 297. Jamboo has the flash kits up. Getting blasters. Wraith Lord still going alongside the Avatar. Maybe not for long though. Just took a big tank buster barrage and goes down. Avatar needs to be careful. Knob Squad will do a lot of damage to anything pretty quickly, especially when they are getting momentum buffs up with the U-Jammers. Avatar's okay there, I think. Orks, how are you doing? She's not doing great. I think she's making it. Double Carnifex is in play now. Oh, Stormblade goes down. There is another Leman Russ. Why was the Stormblade so far up? Just put the Stormblade here and leave it. Or around here, maybe. Carnifex down. 98 to 269. Blue team consolidating the mid. Kasrkin in melee with Terminators. Not a good place for those fellas. But they've done well. They haven't got a specialized weapon yet, though. You'd think they get their plasma guns in or something. Just sticking to their hotshot las guns for now. Las cannon. Is the Carnifex going to try and melee it? Kasrkin just chucked a crack grenade or melter bomb or something on it there. And Bright Lance as well. I think it's going to be alright. Orks being aggressive again with the jump. And into a whole bunch of trouble, but she gets away. Force some friendly fire onto the Warboss. Leman Russ with Vanquisher in a really weird spot again. Trying to come in from angles with these vehicles, which might be an amazing idea. Looks like it's driving back now. Lictor Alpha still down, eh? Double Cyclones against the double Manticores. They survive it. Warboss is an happy. Level 4. Power clawing stuff up. Wants to kill some guardsmen, it looks like. Just levels to 5. Now what's he doing? He's going after the Manticore now. Takes it out. And runs. Well played there, Jamboo. Got some commandos in play now, I think. Double Terminators and the Carnifex and double Zoanthropes looking to push onto this VP, looks like. I just whacked the Castrican. Now they turn to engage the Avatar again. Likebeat with only a Leman Russ on the field with a Baneblade coming up though. Likebeat needs to get some more bodies on the field, I think. Just some more heavy weapon squads, that might be good. Does the Carnifex survive? Orks sees off the Zoanthropes. She's been used really well lately. Finding ways to have an impact in a 3v3 isn't easy for an Ork. Down goes the other Manticore. 98 to 185 on the VPs. Seer Council coming in for K.A.F. Or Commissar in a bit of bother. You okay? No, Commissar's down. Blue team still holding the mid though. Some brave Guardians in there. Oh, now they run. Warlock with an Ethereal Slash needs to get his Providence or something going the way. He can really mess up a Nob squad if he gets Providence and Warp Throw. Which is a big investment. There's the Baneblade. And a Leman Russ. Trying to go after those Carnifexes. Las Cannon helping out as well, but now needs to retreat. Demolisher. Oh, Demolisher, it's nothing. What's the Warboss up to? He's running. Carnifex made it out. Now it's the Leman Russ under threat. It's constantly coming in from this angle. Maybe it's doing really well. They seem to be wary of this side, the red team. That constant pressure. Another Leman Russ in play now with the Vanquisher. Vanquisher's good against large targets. From long range. 85 to 165. Red team have the mid now. Not sure how easy it's going to be for blue to get it back. Yeah, there's a lot of anti-vehicle stuff. Double Cyclones, Tank Busters, double Zoanthropes, Plasma Cannons. They're pushing. Warlock's on it. Pretty easy it turns out. I thought they were going to struggle to get back onto the mid. Carnifex coming forward again. It's like a war truck in play, yep. Neurothrope now for Sanya. And there's the Seer Council. These guys should make a big difference. Because they can charge through, tank quite a lot of damage. And look how far they push this stuff back here. Especially if they push alongside the Avatar. Blue team have the mid 74 to 160. What's this fella up to? A lone warrior brood fella. Seems to be lost. He's running, he's running. Back to the mid. Got some Ogrins. Got some Wrath of Cain. Nob squad is in there. Taking on all comers. And that's none shall fall, is it? No, Commissar's down. 74 to 140. Carnifex falls. War truck falls. There's use your choppers on the Nob squad. And look how much trouble they're causing, these fellas. If we can get another Nob squad up, Jamboo. Eurothrope popping the Paroxysm. Nob squad still going. Where is the Warboss? Our Warboss is back at base, so we can't use the Corda boys or anything. Carnifex is quite low. Level 3 though. Orks jumping through. Harass those Zoanthropes. Where's the Seer Council? There they are. They do have their empowered spears. Going straight for the flash kits though. I think they should chase down that Carnifex there. Force the Commandos to retreat. Maybe they thought the Carnifex was a bit too far away. Can they wipe these flash kits as well? Maybe. I got very close. 43 hit points. Autark speeds them up with her leap a bit. Also buffs your weapons. Again, another good push by K.A.F. Likebeat down to a Lehman Russ now. Did I see the Baneblade go down? Oh, it's over there, look. I must have missed that. 64 to 113. We have some Bullgrins. Well, now they're gone. Level 10 Apothecary. Bloody hell. I feel like I haven't seen this fella around for a while. Can be hard to keep track of them when they lose their indicator. Likebeat now down to 0 units. And no war gear on the Lord General either. Having a tough time holding down that west side. Might need some help with his VP here. It's been stolen. Here comes the assist from K.A.F. Plasma cannon. Decent shots. There's an Eldritch. Not sure that was the best spot for it, but I guess it messed up the Terminators quite a lot. Wailing Doom. The visuals for it hidden by the water. Oh, they took out the Lord General, I think. 49 to 113. Mid is still blue. And they are getting their natural back. Is it going to be blue for long, though? Fast capping commandos are on it. 42 to 113 on the VPs. See a council, big threat to that Apothecary who runs away. I think he's going to be alright. Over 1,200 hit points on that fella. Avatar's been pretty strong. That's a very ballsy move to put your Devastator Plasma Cannon there. Oh, it's not running either. Level 4 Plasma Cannon. I think they're dead. Down to 11 VPs, though, down to 9. Maybe it doesn't matter. Red team are on it. Likebeat trying to get a Baneblade up, but it's too little, too late at the end there. Needed to maintain more of a presence on the field, obviously. I mean, all 3 heroes were down. K.A.F seemed to do very well. FieryMarine had that shaky start, but recovered well. Didn't get any tanks up, though. King of Python's very solid with those double, triple Terminators at the end, actually. These fellas, I think, were brand new. What did we have here? Level 6 Lord General. I don't think he ever got any war gear. Level 4 Lord Commissar down at the end. And a level 8 Warlock. Some good Witchblade stuff. Level 10 Apothecary. Level 6 Warboss. Heavy armor. And a level 3 Lictor Alpha. And there you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this game. I sure did. And I'll see ya next time.